Hello, hello, hello. I am author and entrepreneur, the cerebral palsy, vigilante, Zachary Fennell. Excited, not because it's April 1st, April Fool's Day. I'm excited because I have Making of a Memoir back in motion. Making of a Memoir being my video series documenting the hard work involved in writing and self-publishing a book. This is episode 37. Episode 36 last was published in February. In that episode, I had finished my draft. And then I had planned to take a week off, just take a break from the manuscript, then come back and edit. That didn't really work out. I joined Instagram, and throughout the month of March, every day I posted a life lesson I learned living with cerebral palsy. That, in part, diverted my attention from the book, but all that's in the past. This morning, I did, in March, create a Mobi file so I could have my manuscript on my Kindle. This morning I read through the first two chapters, took some notes on not editing, not editing for grammar or anything or spelling, but editing from a story standpoint to make sure everything is cohesive that everything in the draft is cohesive. I'm looking at the story elements of it. I'm not even editing for grammar and spelling yet. Right now I'm just looking at the story element, trying to make it one cohesive manuscript since I wrote parts of it out of order. The early chapters I wrote 3 to 4 years ago. So those definitely need to be revisited and reassessed and to see how they fit with the rest of the book. And I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure. I work tonight. The Indians opening day, their first game of the season, 2021 season, is in 15 minutes. So I'll probably end up paying attention to the game, going to work, and then I'm working the next 2 days, full days. My next day off is Easter. I have to figure out an editing schedule. That's another challenge with editing, where the writing, you saw I was really making a lot of progress in getting this manuscript done and producing Making of a Memoir episodes, because my focus became, okay, set a timer for 26 minutes and 2 seconds and write. And then I had word goals of hitting 1,000 words or hitting 500 words, whatever the goal was. Editing takes on a different approach. Maybe the goal should just be reading a chapter a day and making notes. It's something I have to decide what works and go from there. I'll think about it, get back to you in this Making of a Memoir episode. In episode 37 of Making of a Memoir continues. Today is Thursday, April 8th. I'm getting ready to go to work shortly. I spent most of my day in the editing process. Still don't have a consistent editing schedule down. As I talked about earlier in this episode, the different metrics that makes writing easier opposed to editing. But what I'm going to experiment with is reading one chapter a day, taking notes, and then taking action on those notes. So today, this is April 8th, so over the past week, when I've had a free moment, I've gone ahead, I've looked over the manuscript, I've done some work on it, and some of the stuff that I'm doing or some things I'm taking note on, I'll talk to you. I know I mentioned story purposes. So, and one of those things there is consistency. One of the second race I did before I did my first official 5K was a 3-mile fun walk that was put on by the Diversity Center of Northeast Ohio. Somehow, though, as I was writing, I managed to alternate that name, the Diversity Center of Northeast Ohio, to the Northeast Diversity Center, Northeast Ohio's Diversity Center. So today I was able to, using find and replace, I found all the spots where I had Diversity Center, and I made sure I changed it so that it had the proper organization, the Diversity Center of Northeast Ohio. The actual race name, too, was something that I wasn't consistent with. I had, the correct name is Walk, Rock, and Run is the name of the event. I managed to have Walk, Rock, and Run with an and symbol between rock and run instead of how they spell it out as A-N-D. Additionally, I had walk, rock, and roll. Not sure where the roll came from, but you get the point. I've gone through now and I've corrected that, so it's walk, rock, and run. A big key when you're going through a document that is so many pages, 30 chapters, a big resourceful or a very effective resource is using that control find feature in Word, so you can spot everywhere where you've made that, where everywhere you've named the organization, and make sure that everywhere that it's correctly. So that's what I've been doing. As I said, I think a good goal or my aim for going forward, and I'm going to keep you along with through making of a memoir, is reading a chapter a day. With that, I feel the best way to move forward with these making of a memoir episodes, is to do one a week. So I'll record an update every day talking about the edits I'm making, the chapters I'm reading, and we'll continue along this journey, continuing documenting the hard work involved in writing and self-publishing a book. In total, I have 30 chapters. I've already read through the first 7. So at this calendar rate, over the next 23 days, I plan to have the first revisions of the manuscript done. I'm ambitious and want to do sooner, but one step at a time. Right now, that step for you, I'm going to ask if you've enjoyed this video, is to hit the thumbs up icon below and let YouTube know you like what I'm doing with making of a memoir. If you have questions about self-publishing or writing a book, please leave them in the comments. I will answer them in future making of a memoir episodes. To know when those go out, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to receive notification when I release new content. Until then, remember, don't blend in, blend out.